everyone, and welcome back to part 4 of Paws Claws Zoo. I do apologize for the break in between episodes on this series. I've been super busy with work, and I've also been on holiday, so I've just recently gotten back from Sydney, so that was a very lovely holiday. I've never actually been before, apart from a little crossover, so it was very nice, and I will be also going back again soon for the grand final, which is super exciting as well. But with that out of the way, welcome to the new episode. We're unveiling a brand new tropical exhibit walkthrough and restaurant in this episode, which is very exciting. One of the most detailed and atmospheric builds in the zoo so far, which is very exciting. It's designed sort of in the same architectural style as the entrance, pretty much as the whole zoo really, as all the buildings thus far. It's going to be blending the immersive habitats with the walkthrough with thoughtful guest spaces, giving the zoo a constant natural identity. I wanted it to be like quite unique, but then also the same flow throughout the park. So the building itself is a statement piece, obviously, because I want it to be seen not just from the entrance, but also like throughout the entire park, featuring the same tilted roof support or design as the entrance building. It's got pretty much the same wooden beams, the same rustic modern look, but it also feels like handcrafted and welcoming because like it's the same pieces really. The same wooden flat roof, also the same like big wooden beams as well. So the stone walls from the foundation accented with extra wooden supports that extend outwards from the roof, adding depth and detail while tying the architecture into the landscape as well, because we did a lot of foliage and custom flower beds and garden beds and all that sort of stuff. So also wrapping around the entire space is like a handrail, because obviously you got to have the safety aspect in the zoo, because that's what we want. Safety side, it's going to be like framing the walkways, the outdoor patio, the dining area, pretty much everywhere, just to get like a sense of safety and cohesion between the park, because it's obviously on a different level, so I want it to be known not just that it's safe, but also it is a different level, in fact, with the safety rails through this little area. From the outside patio, the guests are treated pretty much we'll do a nice little lake as well, which is very nice. That'll be pretty much overlooking, once you're on the patio, overlooking the lake and the restaurant itself, which is very nice. It pretty much looks, across the lake and the restaurant deck. This makes for more space, more than just a walkthrough, but it's like a layered experience where the building, the animals, and the environment all come together, not just with obviously the different layers and levels, but an immersive environment, because you're able to walk through and pretty much go to the exhibits itself. When I was in Sydney, actually, we went to the Taronga Zoo, which was fantastic. It's an amazing zoo. It's probably my favorite zoo that I've been to thus far, and that I actually got quite a few inspirations from that zoo. Not even though I've already built this area, I'm gonna take a lot from that zoo and put into the park itself. And they did have a really good walkthrough exhibit area, which is very cool. It's on, if you haven't been to the zoo, I highly recommend it. It's got multiple levels to the whole zoo. It's quite hilly because it's obviously on the side of a hill, so that does sort of encompass a bit of the same vibe that I've got as well. We'll be adding some more mountains and different levels, not just a flat zoo, because I obviously don't want that it's a little bit boring when you have like a flat zoo. So I want to make sure that there's a few different levels to it as well. And then also the roof itself is the same roof from the entrance building, and it's sort of the same style, the tilted roof. And then we pretty much, even though there are two separate buildings, the roofs are touching and connecting with one another. So I do like that part of the building. Originally, it was two separate like this, but then I extended this one out and connected them both with the wooden beams and obviously all the structural support for the others as well. So that's what you can see me doing here, adding in all the beams, because I like the little skirtings all the way around, just to make it look a little bit more realistic, and then also adding in the same detailing rounded wooden beams throughout, just to tie everything all together really, because I wanted it the same, sort of the same style, and this is what the entrance building had itself as well. So I wanted to make sure that it was all sort of similar vibes and style. This whole area I think took me around 5 hours to build, which might seem like an awful long time for all this, but there's a lot of intricate pieces as well, and obviously getting all the pathing correct, because I don't like the pathing, but that was a good idea. I just did a really rough path to make sure everything was connected, and then just covered the entire thing with some wooden flooring, and it looks brilliant. That was sort of the idea from the get-go anyway. But yeah, I think it looks really well with all the wooden beams everywhere, and then the wooden flooring. It ties it all in together nicely, and then also tying everything in with the pathing system to go outside as well. It made it look very nice as well. So yeah, it's got really nice panoramic views of the lake, and then obviously when you're on the patio you can see the restaurant area. We might do another little lower deck on the outskirts of the lake for the restaurant / bar, because I'm wanting to make it into some, I don't think you can, but I'll build like a little bar. We'll add some bottles and stuff there, make it look realistic as we can, because I feel like that would be cool. A little restaurant bar along the lake. Probably not any bars, because you know it's a zoo and family orientated, but you know that's okay. But this build is all about combining immersive zoo design with a strong architectural design. So obviously each building is different, but I wanted to make it all feel together with the rustic modern look of, you know, wood, stone, beams, tilted roofs, all that. So it makes the zoo feel like one cohesive space, while the typical walkthrough and restaurant transform into like a guest focused area, because obviously when the guests go in there, it's sort of all about them and the animals rather than, you know, anything else. So I really enjoyed building this and decorating this and making it all realistic. You can see me trying to, I haven't finished, but you can see me trying to sort of hide the sides of the exhibits as best I can and make it sort of flow a little bit better rather than just having like black boxes. So I think I just did this front building for now, but obviously I'll go back and do all the rest of the exhibits, just because, yeah, it took ages. Like I said, it was like 5.5 hours for this whole area, and that's a hot minute. So yeah, by the end of it, I got quite sick of it, especially when you can't, like with all these pathing system, like paths, you can't put the seats like where you want them to be. They're just sort of, which is really annoying. I feel like you should be able to place seats and stuff wherever you want, and then if they're not connected to a path, then they don't get used. If they are, they get used. So I feel like that could be a pretty cool thing to incorporate into you know, the pathing system as well as the park itself. But you know, we got there in the end, just adding them wherever we could pretty much. The zoo isn't open yet, so obviously there's not going to be any guests using it, but we'll probably open it soon, or might not even open it at all. And then when we do like the park walkthrough or something, we can open it up, make it. Now this part we're on is, I'm going to be honest, a hot mess, because I couldn't remember the hotkey to make the stairs go up and down, and then when I could, it wasn't the right height as the building itself, so the pathing system would go up a little bit more, or it wouldn't work out. So yeah, this part took me a really long time to try and figure out for some reason. So they really need to update it and bring back the pathing system from Planet Coaster 2, because I'm struggling. All right, like yeah, this is not good. We did get it in the end, and we covered it up with the same wood flooring with the other one, and did like a nice little step to make it look realistic. But yeah, for some reason I couldn't figure out the hotkey to make it go up and down. We did get there in the end, so obviously that's all that matters. And yeah, it might not look pretty, but again, we cover it up with the flooring system, so it doesn't really matter too much what it looks like underneath, as long as we get there in the end. There you go. See, we covered it up nice and neatly, and then yeah, do a nice little step as well, make that look all neat. And then we add the same railing as well, all the way around this area too, just to obviously try and encompass the same, you know, modern rustic feeling all the way throughout. So maybe do like another little sitting area there for the restaurant slash bar. It would be pretty, yeah, like I said, it would be pretty cool to, you know, make a little bar there and do some bottles and stuff. So we might do that as well. But yeah, I reckon it'll be a good idea to extend the bottom deck area around the back and then put some more seats and tables there, like proper ones, because the ones at the top can't actually be linked to a restaurant for some unknown reason. So I had to, they're just going to be walking around eating food, not sitting down. So that's a bit annoying. But yeah, if we extend the deck out a little bit more and add some proper restaurant linked seats, then we'll be able to obviously have guests sitting there along the water, which is what we want. So yeah, now we're on to doing the architecture for the restaurant itself. It's pretty much going to be the exact same style building as the exhibit building, pretty much, yeah, exactly the same. Same wooden beams, just a smaller roof, and then we'll also add like I think a staff room and some toilets there for the guests to use, just to make the building a little bit bigger and also functional as well, because obviously the guests can go in there and use it, but the other staff room is like all the way on the other side of the park at the entrance, and then the toilets are all the way on the other side as well. So it's not really realistic in that sense. So obviously we'll have to, you know, add another set of those sorts of facilities in, and I do that, yeah, and then tie it all in quite nicely, because it's the same sort of building. So yeah, we pretty much do the same thing but just rotate it like 90 degrees, have the roof a different way. Originally I was just going to do one tall roof like you see me doing now, but then I went back and changed it into just to add like a little different dynamics to the building shape itself. So yeah, it does look good now, but I think it does look a bit better with the different angled roof. There's more angles, it looks better architecturally sound, I guess. So yeah, also we do like a 2-tier foundation roof. So yeah, there's 2 different levels on the same pitch. So I think that looks really good. We'll look at it more in the real-time video in a minute. So yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one. See ya. Alright, so here we are with the real-time POV view. It looks really nice. I like, yeah, look at the pathing, I guess, railing looks really good all the way around. Obviously it's the same. It's different colored, but it's the same as that side for the plant box. But look how nice it looks in the light. We obviously added all the lights all the way around there, nice like orange hue to it. And then also with the lighting that comes in, it just looks so good. We might add, I'm not too sure if we'll add any like, I guess, ticket booths. I feel like that would be pretty cool, or maybe even some railings or something like that. But for now, it looks pretty good. Obviously, I've only decorated these 2 boxes here. I haven't done any of the others, and that's okay. But yeah, these 2 boxes are the ones that are decorated, so we'll have to obviously get to the other ones soon, but this is it. And I also wanted this to obviously still be open, and it's still undercover, but I wanted it to feel, yeah, still open, you know, natural. So we did a garden on either side, and then you go into another one, which just looks really nice. So I might even do something like this one. This one's got, yeah, the beam in the middle, so I might even extend it a little bit further and do the same on the other side. And then yeah, we go over to I really want to maybe put some tables and chairs on this deck here, but the pathing isn't that big, so I might need to make some custom ones or something. There's a nice little step that we made. It looks very nice, and obviously all this is going to be zoo as well, but for now it's not. And then this is the restaurant, I guess, restaurant toilet facilities. Added in some more seats as well, and then we'll need to decorate all this, but for now it looks good. The guests will come here, order their food from Oldmate, and yeah, get on their way. Then you'll be able to look out over here. I might do another little deck over there somewhere, and then add some seats there, because these are just for guests to sit down on. They're not actually linked to the restaurant itself. Like, look how nice this building is. Looks so good. And then yeah, we got the garden there. The garden looks nice. I'm just really happy with how it's turned out. Looks really good. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new and want to see more videos on the zoo, because it's looking lovely. And yeah, see ya.